everyone, it's Robin Caballero, 3Max1, and
I'm Darren Rickwood with First Home Mortgage.
So bear with us. We're testing out the different way of doing Facebook Live today, and we've got two cameras going. One's from Darren's page, one's from mine. So like I said, bear with us. If this doesn't work out well, we'll never talk about it again.
But we're just trying all kinds of new things. 2020 is over. Everybody's glad to see that gone, I'm sure. So we're going to try a bunch of new things this year. This is going to be one of them. We're experimenting. Everybody wave to Rickwood Mortgage team over there.
And then Robin Caballero, 3Max1. So, but holy cow, 2020. Thank God it's over, but thank God it was also an amazing year.
It was an awesome year.
We've talked about this before. I did a little blurb on New Year's Eve that truly grateful. It's been the wildest, craziest, most interesting real estate year in my entire career. 14 years. Right? Yeah. It's truly blessed for my hairdresser. She has kept the gray under control. Got rid of him the other day. But this has been a situation where I started the year off with a team. Early June, it was time to part ways. Love them to death. They're both amazing women, and I'm excited to see what they're doing. But I'm not good as a manager, and a little bit too much stress. So that was the only reason.
Back to your own thing.
Back to my own thing. But combined, they brought in, out of the 53 deals I did this year, they brought in 4, which I was super grateful for, which allowed me to cross that 20 million mark. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Crushed every goal I ever had. And it could not have been done because I had 60% of my business that came from either referrals or repeats. So truly blessed to everyone.
That's huge.
It is.
That's huge. That's the marker when you start getting those referrals from past clients and people you've helped in the past.
Yeah. So cannot wait to see where it goes this year. And
ours has kind of been the same thing. I mean, we've started out the year not knowing what was going to happen, a normal, slow January. Yeah. COVID hit, rates sunk to an all-time low and have stayed there. And it has generated a lot of lending hurdles, but with the rates, we've been able to help a lot of families either achieving lower rates and financial freedom monthly with saving them money, or people are taking advantage and going to 15-year loans. It's been fantastic. Along with the number of people we're helping with houses. And I know that's a struggle for you with the housing market. I know we're going to talk a little bit about that with forecasts, but that's the tough part.
The toughest part of this year was no inventory. I've got people anxious to buy, but nobody wants to move because of COVID, or they don't want to move because they don't know where they're going to move to. And it's been a catch-22. And then we've had the most creative things come up that you could possibly understand. And the biggest one was my ex-husband is now in bankruptcy. So how do we get them up?
We'll leave that in 2020.
Yes.
That one's over. So what do you as a realtor in this area, what are you forecasting, or what are you expecting to see coming up in 2021?
Everything that I keep reading economically says expect the same. We may not see as, like before, I think we were going up pretty much like this. Almost seemed like it. I think this time it's still going to be going up, but maybe not quite as high. I think people are burned out from COVID. Vaccines coming out. You're going to have more people go. I'm either sick and tired of it. I'm putting my house on the market, or they're going to be moving out of the area because they're going to live closer to loved ones for various reasons. Hopefully that's going to release some of the inventory, and then the buyers won't have to be being one of 20 offers on a house. They'll be one of maybe 5.
Right. Back to a normalcy, right?
A little bit more normalcy. What about you?
I foresee the biggest question we get is rates. What are they going to do? I think talking to a lot of people and what we're reading, you're going to see rates stay low this year. It's hard to say what's going to happen when you start seeing COVID and vaccines get out and more people come out of not necessarily hiding, right? But when they go back to a normal life and visiting their favorite restaurants and bars and amusement parks and traveling. So it's going to be interesting. We have a lot of buyers who are calling. They're wanting to get pre-qualified. And our biggest suggestion to anybody looking to buy, and that's everybody out there too, we're kind of crooked now.
I know, hi.
That's
All
us.
right.
Yeah,
You know-
that's us.
You never
That's
know what to
perfect.
expect.
No, that's perfect over there. If you guys could see what we're looking at, we're kind of crooked.
All right,
over
don't
there.
do it right now, but when we finish, jump over to Darren's business page, check it out.
We're,
It'll be comical.
I kind of think if the number of people that we see wanting to buy a house actually can find something, it's going to be huge. We're suggesting to everybody, if you want to buy a house this year, get pre-qualified early.
Yes.
Get all your stuff together, know exactly what loan program you want or qualify for, and what your payments are. Because when you go to look at a house, and you can tell them this too, there'll be 3 other people in the driveway waiting to see it as you're coming out.
Yes.
And all of them have pen on paper waiting to write. Just getting in to see it is the last piece.
And some of them you just have to get very creative with the way you write it up. And this year, some of my buyers did things that in a normal year, there is no way on God's green earth I would have agreed to or suggested or supported. This year was the only way they were getting a house. And
now it's normal.
it is.
Right.
Yeah, now like, oh yeah, you'll be fine.
Right.
Get it in writing and make sure you're comfortable with it. But I think this year we're still going to be strong. It's still going to be creative. Calvert, for the most part, looks like it's still a little bit more protected. You know, if I was predominantly Northern Virginia, D.C., Montgomery County, I'd be a little nervous, not going to lie.
Right.
You know, people are sick and tired of being in the teeny tiny little house in the teeny tiny little yard with everyone homeschooling, working from home, and not having anywhere to go inside that teeny tiny little house. So I'm getting calls daily that they want to move down to Calvert, but there's
We've
no
seen
inventory.
a lot of people do it already.
Yeah.
A lot of people have come down and bought that forever home that they want to retire to, and they're buying it early as a second home, or they're buying it as a new primary because they don't have to commute anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of changes.
Well, I mean, I sold a house in my neighborhood for $50,000 over in 4 hours, as is no inspections, because the family moving in wanted room for the little kids to be doing homeschooling. They needed to work from home, and they couldn't function anymore in the small house they were in before.
So you're saying an office is priceless now?
Oh yeah, it's like if you got a place or an office or a gym, you're golden.
Good.
In fact, I was talking with one guy, and we walk in. He goes, "This was my dad's workshop." I'm like, "Oh no, this is a home office." He and his sister looked at each other like, "What?" I'm like, "Seriously, this is a home office." Boom, done, gone, all sold. So, anyway, I appreciate everything you do with me.
Congratulations on a great 2020.
Yes, we did it together. Now you've been phenomenal with my clients, and I truly appreciate that.
And likewise, we appreciate any loan officer, but me especially. When I get a deal, I don't have to worry about anything on the realtor side or what's going to happen or questions. You handle everything with the buyer. So it's been great. We just focus on getting another loan.
It's been a phenomenal partnership. And so stay tuned. Darren and I are plotting out what we're going to be doing talk-wise for this year. And
it's going to be a good one.
Yes. And I have some other very exciting things that are going to be coming up soon too, but I can't talk about them yet. So hint, hint, pay attention.
I kind of heard they're awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to want to hear that.
Yeah. So, and it's one part of it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. But, you know, it's all going to be great. And I'm super excited about this year. So thank you all very much. And we'll talk with you soon.
Bye.
Bye.